Well, I'll see you back again. I tell you what, if you keep coming over to my home, I may have to rent you an apartment or a space upstairs. Just checking. Just glad you're here. I'm glad that I have the opportunity to share with you some viewpoints and some issues and some inner feelings that I have about things that are going on and are around our town leading up to the election. I very much want to be your mayor again, and I thought by portraying uh, my explanations or my statements about some of these issues that it would bring us closer together. Today's title is Putting Your Best Foot Forward. Now, you can't see all of it. You can just see me probably in part of my bookcase behind me. But this is a very special room in my home. It's my study now. But when I was growing up here as a young boy, this was my Aunt Aura's bedroom. And this is where she sat in front of her mirror and got ready to go out to shop or go to church or whatever. I never once, from the time I was 5 years old, came to live here until she passed away in 1970, 18 years later, I never once saw her undressed in any way except absolutely the best she could be. She always put her best foot forward. And she tried to impose that on me. Always look the best you can. Always put your best foot forward. Now, that's got nothing to do with the topic today, except the title, Putting Your Best Foot Forward. A town can do that in a number of ways. It can plant trees in downtown. It can plant flowers and shrubbery. It can dress up the downtown with decorations. Or it can paint murals. And I've had experience with both of those, with all of that. And what I want to talk to you today about is our mural projects. When I was elected mayor in 2021, I knew that we needed to do some enhancing work in our town. So I called up the Fairmont High School art teachers at that time, Stephen Taylor, who's now the supervisor for all the art teachers in Robeson County, got a promotion, and Krista Rachels, who's now retired and moved on to another profession. They came and met with me on, of course, my bad luck, the coldest, most breezy, misty day in February, early February, that you could have imagined. But we met and in a car, rode around and looked at possible sites for murals and discussions of that. And Krista agreed to have her art department look at the mural initiative and see what we could come up with. Well, I had been down to the chili cook-off in Marion, South Carolina, and on the inner open wall, which used to be a building, and they tore it out, leaving a open space like we have Heritage Park. They had a mural painted on one of the walls that had Marion, Marion, spelled out, and each one of the letters had a drawing in it. And I thought that was just the most stark, beautiful thing I'd ever seen. So I gave that idea to Krista, and she developed a plan from that. And so in 2022, we began the mural process for Fairmont, North Carolina. And in the summer of 2023, after collecting money from donators, we were able to put together a beautiful mural, a Fairmont mural. We had more letters than Marion did. Ours was 8 letters on the east wall of a downtown building on Thompson Street. And we put it up, and we had some of the donators there and some of the public there. And it was very well received, very nice. If you go by there today, you'll see it. It's the one nearest the street, near the sidewalk. It says Fairmont, and there's a different image or a picture for each of the letters. Shortly after that mural was completed, I thought that what we needed to do was memorialize a scene from our farming era, our farming days. And there's no scene that could be better depicted than a farmer, tobacco worker, whoever, in this case a farmer, standing in the middle of a tobacco field with a tobacco barn as his backdrop, pouring peanuts from a Lance peanut pack into a bottle soda. Anybody who's ever been associated with tobacco or farming knows exactly what that is. It's a rite of passage for many people, along with moon pies and nabs, things like that. I reached out to Brianna Goodwin, who's the executive director of the Robeson County Church and Community Center, and at that time, the president of the Robeson County Art Council, and asked her for the name of a good artist that would paint a mural for me. And she gave me the name of Melvin Morris from Lumberton, who has the top 2 floors of the former Kimball's Furniture Store across from the Carolina Civic Center. And he and I met. He's a retired Marine. There is no such thing, I'm sorry, there is no such thing as a retired Marine. He is a Marine. He just doesn't serve anymore. And he came up with some ideas, and I came up with some ideas, and Mr. Chestnut came up with some ideas. We worked out a final plan. Lo and behold, he had an assistant who had joined him recently named Sarah Vokes. She is a graphic designer. Wonderful, wonderful, talented lady. And what they produced was the second of our 3 murals. It is on the wall right beside the Fairmont mural. And it shows, as I said earlier, the picture of a farmer with a baseball cap on, standing in a tobacco field surrounded by tobacco leaves, about waist high, with a tobacco barn at his back, pouring the aforementioned pack of peanuts into the soda bottle. We didn't put any names on it because I didn't want to get sued by Coca-Cola or Pepsi or Mountain Dew, Lance, any of those. So we kept it nondescript. And in August of 2024, we presented that mural, which is on the wall directly beside the Fairmont mural. And it was well received and just raved about. Everybody who's been farming, everybody who's been involved in farming knows about that scene. They've done it. They've been there. Shortly after the commission of and completion of that mural, I asked Melvin if he would be willing to paint a third mural on a wall in downtown Fairmont near the town hall so that people coming into the downtown core from the south would have to ride right by it. I checked with the owner of the building, Mr. Paul Taylor, who's the son of the original owner, Mr. Buddy Taylor, and he agreed that it was a great idea, as did the lady who owns the beauty parlor, which is next door and outside of the wall of the Fairmont Tire and Recapping business. This one's a little different. This one promotes and welcomes people, travelers, pedestrians, to our historic downtown. Now, we haven't made this one public yet. It will be on the 15th of October. On that day, at 8:30 in the morning, we're going to be putting that mural up on the wall, and then we'll cover it with a black plastic shroud until 3 o'clock that afternoon. And at 3 o'clock, we're going to snatch the, good old southern word, we're going to snatch the black plastic off, and lo and behold, Fairmont will be welcomed to its historic downtown. And I can promise you, it is a beautiful, beautiful rendering of Fairmont's historic downtown in the 1950s and 60s. Anybody who sees it will immediately be drawn back to those days. It's not about Fairmont currently, it's about Fairmont then, because we were always a historic downtown, and the Department of Interior made and accepted our appeal and our grant, our request to make our downtown a historic district in 2012. We have been ever since, 13 years. I'm looking forward to showing it off. And what I'm really glad about is this. The total cost for those 3 murals was $13,000. Total cost, everything, turnkey. Not one penny of town money went into any of that. All the money raised for those 3 murals was donated by private investors, businesses, organizations who felt that they should participate in the enhancing of our community along with their involvement in our community. And I'm so proud that they did that. All of them have been invited. by email and a personal letter from me. And I hope they will come. Some are some distance away. Maybe they can't come, but we will be showing them pictures of their work, of what they paid for. I believe that a town has all kinds of different ways to put its best foot forward. And I know for a fact that people who come through Fairmont, following the advice of the I-95 welcome sign, the billboard out on I-95, shortest route to the beach. Anybody with any sense that goes to the beach and uses our route that we select for them and they follow, more than likely is going to come back the same way. And I have seen many of them with out-of-state license plates come right down Main Street going north. Stop at the stoplight there at the library and go make that little curve there at Rawls and go right out by the ABC store and pick up Wall Street and get on back to I-95. If they do, they're going to see this beautiful mural, "Welcome to Historic Downtown Fairmont." I believe that we are doing all we can do currently with the money and the funds that we have to make our town shine, to make our town look good. My next project, as soon as Wednesday the 15th is over, as soon as the sun goes down, will be to begin the process of refurbishing Heritage Park. That is the park that we put in the place of our theater that was decaying and dilapidated, and I had to take it down under advice of a contractor because it could have easily fallen in and hurt someone in 2007. And in its place, we put a nice park. Well, that was 18 years ago, and it's taken on a little bit of wear and tear. So my next project, with your permission, voters of Fairmont, if you give me the permission to be your mayor again, the first thing that I'm going to do after the election is to begin the process with a painter and with other horticulturists in refurbishing Heritage Park so that Fairmont can always be beautiful and be appealing, because I believe in putting our best foot forward. Thank you for dropping by my house today. I have two more messages to share with you. The next one will be on the 22nd of October, and then after that, the 29th of October. And then, except for the voting, I'll be through making my appeals to you. I hope they've meant something. They have to me, having you in my home. Goodbye.